Hello class, Mr. Garino here. In this video, I am going to show you how to change from a 6-page website to a 7-page website. In my first few videos, I was working with a 6-page website, but then I decided that I did not want a page called Interests with a bunch of different interests on it, and instead I would want 2 pages of specific interests. Plus, I would not have to spell the word interest anymore, because as you saw in my video, I messed that up pretty badly. So let's go and change this. So here I have this page, Mr. G Interests. I want to change that. And I'm going to change it to one of the things I'm most interested in. Goju Ryu Karate. Now that's the actual way it's spelled usually. Usually with a hyphen, and usually just a G is capitalized. But of course, that's what appears on the page, what appears in the navigation bar. But that's not how I'm going to name my page. I'm going to name it Goju Ryu. No dash. I think the dash would work, but I stay away from all that. I stay away from capitals, capital letters, and use all lowercase with no space or even a dash. So Goju Ryu. But the actual name of it that people will see can be the way you would expect it. Just like web design has a space, but over here there's no space. Okay, so now I need another list item. So let me just copy this. And then instead of Goju Ryu, the other thing I like to do with my free time is play video games. And I thought to myself, I can make a page just called video games and show all the different video games I like to play. But honestly, in my free time, when I go to play a video game, it's almost always Call of Duty. So let me just make a page about Call of Duty instead of bringing all other types of video games in. So this is more specific. Call of Duty will be the name of the page, but then the actual name that people will see, instead of the file name, the name they'll see, I'll put Call of Duty. So now that's my 7 pages. If I go up here and save this, and then refresh, you'll see my navigation bar has changed. And if I look at it in a browser window, it's going to look like this. And everything works, well, sort of right. If I click on this, it's not going to find anything because I haven't actually made that page yet. So I have to go back over here and name that page. Also I have a page named Mr. G Interests, and I don't have that anymore. So I can rename this to one of these and then create a new one for a new page for the other page. So let me go to this one, click the drop down and say rename. However, it doesn't give you the chance in CodeHS to edit this. You have to just type the whole name. So rather than type it, let me copy this and then click on this, drop down, rename, paste it in, and say rename. So now I have Goju Ryu HTML. And then I'm going to make a new page, name this, so let me copy this, and go to new, file, paste that in with the HTML, of course, add file. So now, if I save this, and I look at it in a new browser window, and I click on this, it should work. And maybe it shouldn't work. And it shouldn't work. Well, it should work and it shouldn't work. The reason why is here. Right now I'm on my home page. If I go to Call of Duty and click on it, it actually works. If I go back and I go, and notice the navigation bar disappeared. If I go to computer animation, the navigation bar is here and I can click on another one. But when I go to, and notice that Mr. G Interest was still there. Why is that? So if I click Call of Duty, it disappears. If I go back, if I click web design, let's say, and then it's not even there. So what's going on? Something's wacky here. Well, the problem is I changed it on my index page, so everything works from the index page, but I didn't change it on computer animation and the Call of Duty page. Well, there's nothing even there. And the Gojuru page I renamed the interest one, so it has it, but it has the wrong one. So what I have to do is go back to my index. I can just copy these two lines and paste them in, but I mean, it's a navigation bar and the whole thing has to be the same. So my preference is to copy the whole navigation bar and go to computer animation. And notice it stays highlighted, which is nice. So paste. Oops. I think you got to click in there. Paste. There we go. And then Gojuru. I'm going to select it all. Paste over it. Graphic design. Highlight it all. Paste over it. Video game design. Highlight the whole thing. Paste over it. Web design. Highlight the whole thing and paste over it. Now I skipped Call of Duty because Call of Duty has nothing on it. So really I need all of it, everything that I have on the index page. So let me Control A to select all, Control C to copy, go back to Call of Duty, click in here, Control V to paste. So now I have everything and it should work. Rather than show you that there's still something wrong, let me fix it right off. The nav bar is here. We have nothing in our body yet, right? So, I do over here have Mr. G homepage. Well, that's not what this is. This is the Call of Duty page. So let me rename the title here. Call of Duty. And then this interest page became Gojuru. So instead of the title interests, I should name it Gojuru. And if I want to put karate there so people know what this is, that might be good. So maybe down here I could have put karate as well, but then the navigation bar gets kind of long with longer names. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave off the karate, and people have to read the page and see what is Gojuru, and they'll read it and know. Alright, so then that should be good. I don't know that you have to always save these things, but I'm just liking to do that. So let's look at it in a new browser tab. So we have graphic design. Notice up here, graphic design, video game design. One of the ways to check and make sure the pages are working, look at the title on the tab. Computer animation, web design, Gojuru, and Call of Duty. And so if you just look at it over here, I mean, it should work, but you don't get to see the title on the browser tab because you're looking at it inside this quick interface. So that's why clicking this button and looking at it in a new browser tab shows you some more information and can be helpful to make sure you got everything right. So that's how we're changing it from a 6-page website to a 7-page website. So everyone should have these first 5 pages the same. I wish that stupid Copilot thing would stop popping up. And then, so those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages should be the same on everyone. And then these last 2 pages should be different for everyone. Don't do my pages, Gojuru and Call of Duty, unless you love Call of Duty. Do with the 2 things that interest you. Okay, good. Thanks.